From Evilginx again, and today I've got something very special in store for you. I am going to show you a live demonstration that we took. Well, it's not live, it's recorded, right? But it was live when we were doing it. A demonstration of how an attacker can send you a dodgy link disguised as a legitimate email that may have come from Microsoft, for example, in this example anyway that you're going to see, that the user clicks on inadvertently, logs on to Microsoft thinking that they're going to be taken to the email quarantine, and then willingly gives out their username, password, and most importantly, the multi-factor authentication token. So let's go have a look at what is known as Evilginx. This tool has been exploited by the groups like Scattered Spider to orchestrate some of their attacks. And if you don't know who Scattered Spider are, they are the group who took down Marks & Spencer's and Co-op. So I bet this is going to be an exciting one and may send some chills down people's spines, but let's go ahead and have a look at what's next. So on here you can see that the Evilginx server is loaded up on the attacker's side, ready to pounce on the victim. And now we're over to the victim screen. He's received this email from Microsoft. He's clicked on the link to release an email. It looks like the Microsoft login page is loading. And you can see at the top here, we've pointed out that the link is actually from the attacker. So it's not actually the Microsoft URL. Microsoft login page is loaded. You can see on the left-hand side the user's screen, and on the right-hand side the attacker's screen. Here they've now provided a password. You can see the 2FA code has popped up. Importantly, here you can see that the location is not from where the user is based. You can see now that the MFA has been approved, and you can see on the left-hand side all of the authentication tokens have been intercepted by the attacker. Now, what you did see briefly there was the screen where the user has now been redirected again to the Microsoft logon page, and obviously from a user's perspective they think they are in the actual Microsoft page. Here on the screen now you can see the attacker. The attacker has now captured the session and is querying the database for that session from the user. This whole bit of white text you're seeing here, this is the token and the login information for that user. You can see the username and password clearly visible, as well as the date and time that this was captured, as well as the credentials and a link to how to then capture this information to help the attacker log in. So if you, the attacker has now copied that token, they've gone on to a Google browser, and they've now imported this they've imported the cookie, which allows them to sign in as the user from an unknown device somewhere outside of where the user was based in. Here, as you can see, they have successfully logged in, and they're into the account. Just to prove a point, I think we're just going to go in and log into Outlook, and it seems that that's just about loaded. There we go. Outlook has loaded. And yeah, so the user has full access to the victim's email account as well. So what the attacker is now about to do is they're going to go change the security information, and what this does is it locks the user out from their own account. So here you can see that the attacker has deleted or is deleting all the authentication token, available authentication methods for the user, and they're going to now change that password around as well. So they're going to be adding in a authenticator, their own authenticator. So the user's authenticator has now been disconnected from their account. They have now connected their own authenticator app, and now they're changing the password for the user. At this point, the user is no longer able to log back into their account. So we're just going to test here, logging in now with the new credentials, and there you go. The attacker has now full command and control of that user's account, and if they weren't an admin user, think about all the damage that that could have caused their organization. Here again you can see the email loaded. This is the user's mailbox. So that's what you saw there on the screen. What happens if you don't have the proper protections in place? Now we're going to log into a user who actually has the proper protections in place, or somewhat protections. You can see here that the user was prevented from proceeding any further by Microsoft Safe Links, but we're going to go ahead and continue anyway, and that then takes you back to the attacker's website. So if your systems are set up but not set up quite to the same level as we would recommend, so this is still quite safe in the sense that it warns the user that this is a illegitimate link. However, there wasn't anything to prevent the user from providing the attacker here, as you can see, with the passwords to their account. Now, this user has proper Microsoft or conditional access set up. Therefore, it is unable to log in to this account because it has detected that the login attempt wasn't from the user but initiated from someone or somewhere else. To prove this point, we're just going to have a look at the IP addresses here. You can see that the login attempt was from London, where the user is based. However, the IP address displayed on the screen here does not correspond to the IP address for the user at the time. So there you go. So that's conditional access protecting the attacker from getting, or preventing the attacker from getting the information they need. In this other example here, we're seeing a further level of security added again through Microsoft products, where you have safe links and then smart screen, which then prevents the user from accessing that information. We're logging in here to Robert's user account and see the sign-in logs. You can see clearly that the account was logged in from London and also from LK. So these are different IP addresses around the same time, and where the attacker has obviously infiltrated this account and logged in from a different geographic location. So this video was shot with one of the team who's based out in Sri Lanka, so hence why the LK IP address there. So yeah, goes to show what you can see in the back end. If you see unknown IP addresses logging into your accounts within the Microsoft Entra ID, then that's probably a sign that someone is actively controlling your accounts. You can see here with Matt, who had the proper security in place, you can see that the while they did try to log into his account, they were all unsuccessful. The first layer of defense obviously is when you get one of these emails, they go into quarantine. So Matt would have never received it, and neither would have Robert if the system was set up correctly. Here you can see on the screen a demo of the Microsoft Defender for Office 365 where the email has been quarantined. So we did actually release that email in order to demo this. Otherwise this email would have never gotten to the mailbox in the first place. So there you go. If you have the right protections in place, it is unlikely that you will be giving an attacker your multi-factor authentication or even your username and password, depending on how secure you've set up your systems. The good news is a lot of this can be achieved without any costs at all. Particularly if you have a Microsoft Business Premium account or a license, essentially, Microsoft 365 Business Premium, that is. It comes with Microsoft Defender for Office 365, as well as Microsoft Defender for Business, which you have actually seen in action here. Also comes along with the premium package, the Intune device management suite, which allows you to put in place proper controls and procedures to prevent your devices from getting taken over, locking them down, so to say, to putting in place proper locks instead of leaving all those doors wide open. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It has been a pleasure recording it. It was quite exciting for the team as well to put this together. If you'd like to see more of this type of content, then drop a like, comment below. If you're worried about how your credentials might be leaking or you might possibly come under attack, then again, DM me or put a comment down and we'll get in touch. Well, until the next time, stay safe out there, folks.